Hey YouTube, welcome back to Beauty and the Budget, and today we are taking a deep dive into the world of Fiverr. Now, you've heard me talk about Fiverr.com as a freelancing platform where persons with little or no experience can actually go online and provide services for persons and be paid in US currency. Now, this is great for persons who prefer to have a work from home job, or they prefer to work online. They'd like to have something, to supplement their income, or perhaps they want to just go into the world of full-time freelancing. So this little series is just for you. All right. So now, someone asked me on my last video, what are the list of services provided by Jamaicans? So I went through and I did a little bit of research, and I was able to pull up some of the Fiverr services being offered right now by Jamaicans. No, disclaimer, we are not going to be loading up the people in gigs. We're not going to be loading up people in names. All I'm going to be doing is providing the gigs that the persons provide, and you can think about it and see if it's something that you can do, if it is that you already have those competencies, right? So without further ado, here are 5 services performed by Jamaicans on Fiverr with a lot of success. Now, the first one, phone calls, making professional phone calls. Now, this one jumped out at me because one of the persons in particular, she is at a level 2. Now, in Fiverr, you are at different levels. First, you start at new seller, which is the most basic of levels. Then as you go up, level 1, level 2, level 3, and then top seller to pro, you are basically given more perks and so on as you go up each level. And of course, by going up each level, it means that you are more of a professional or more of an expert at what you do. So this young lady, she is at a level 2 at making professional phone calls. And when I checked out her gig, she had over 50 different reviews, all 5-star reviews on her page. In fact, let me look at her page right now. And her rates, she starts at $10 for about 15 calls, and she goes up to $60 to make 100 calls. Now, if you think about it, the call plans that we have in Jamaica, I mean, yes, say what you will about them, but they can be flexible, especially if you're buying a package. Now, imagine you pay for one package for the month and you end up using that package to make calls on behalf of persons. So these include businesses that probably they want a prank caller to play a joke on someone, or a special occasion greeting, a happy anniversary greeting from, hubby, an appointment setting, or mystery caller. So she basically provides any type of call that you would want, including following up on leads and so on. So she just rents out her time and the use of her phone and her voice, of course, to make these calls on Fiverr on behalf of persons. And this is a pretty easy gig to start up with, because if it is that you have a phone and a phone plan, you're good to go. You're golden. So obviously this person is very good at what she does, as I said, because she is at a level 2 rating and she has over 50 5-star reviews. So that's one of the things with Fiverr. They're very strict on quality, and once it is that you are delivering very well on quality, you will be rewarded by the Fiverr algorithm. So the next service number 2, is writing articles and blog posts about Jamaica. Now, these persons, they made their gig specific to writing about Jamaica because, I guess, that's the subject that they would have the most knowledge of. Persons actually have been purchasing this gig from them, and they are at a good rating also. They are at level 1, and if it is that you are good at writing, you don't have to be a big novelist or anything, but do you know about your country? Do you know the hot spots in Jamaica? Can you write about the best restaurants in Jamaica to get some food? Can you write about the best nightlife? You know, we're the best adventure tours for a tourist who'd like to come in. You can offer your services to write an article or a blog for persons on their website, for their e-magazine, for tour groups. It doesn't matter. People will pay you to write about it. And especially now that the tourist season is back open again, with the pandemic kind of giving us a little bit of a breeze, so to speak, you know, it gives us the chance to kind of push these skills on Fiverr. So if it is that you can write, go ahead, go for it. In fact, these persons, they charge starting, well, some persons charge starting at as little as $10 and up. But depending on how much experience you have, you can set your rate and determine how much you're willing to take to write about Jamaica or write about any other topic. So blog writing, article writing is the second most popular gig for Jamaican sellers. Now, there's a very interesting one for number 3 that you may want to consider, and that taps into how unique Jamaica is. One of them is to offer to ship, source, purchase and ship items from Jamaica. Now that's a good one. That's a very good one, because you know, especially with the COVID pandemic, people were not able to travel as much, you know, but persons perhaps in the Jamaican diaspora, you have Jamaicans who are living overseas who them feel for Excelsior crackers, for example, them can't get nothing like that over where they are because the Jamaican stores are perhaps, you know, probably they don't have as many Jamaican stores. So like little things that we can source, like, you know, the authentic chocolate balls that you can get from Coronation Market, teas. Suppose somebody wants some Cersei tea that you probably won't be able to find that overseas as much, and people overseas are willing to pay top dollar. And this is a big one if you know how to use it, because even in terms of craft market right now, because of the pandemic, the craft operators and the craft providers, persons who make these little souvenirs for the tourists for a living, they were hit very hard by the pandemic. And not only that, not just the pandemic, but you have some persons who have incurred losses through theft or fire. Now, if you're one of those persons, probably you could think of moving your platform online, you know, especially if it is authentic, not made in a certain other place that we all know. If it's authentic Jamaican crafts, move it online. You can put on your gig. I will I will source and ship any Jamaican craft that you want. Sell them some bamboo coasters, you know. Sell them some. Look, I know personally of this man that what he does, he goes to the craft markets, talk to the sellers, negotiate a little price with them, buy them things and sell it for like all 4 times the amount online, you know. And yes, he does give the craft vendor a big cut out of that, because I mean, without them it wouldn't have been possible. But he is helping to support the local craft industry and also making a great living online by doing that. So you can also think about it, because there are persons who are willing to pay top dollar, and when them pay to buy the item from you, if they're not keeping it for themselves and it's something that they're gonna resell, you check eBay later and see how much that item will be going for. Then you will see something. So that's number 3. All right, so you can think about doing something like that. And for example, also, if it is that you're good with your hands, you know, there are still some Jamaicans that can crochet, they can knit, like that sort of thing that is authentic to us as a people. You know what I mean when I say authentic. It's one of our dying crafts in Jamaica, crocheting. I don't really see much people doing it. If your auntie can crochet and thing, offer to put it on Fiverr. I will send you a authentic crochet thing in whatever design you want. Look here, think outside the box when it comes to this platform, because you don't have to sell anything that everybody else is selling, and that alone is what makes you unique on the platform and will get you more buyers. No, the 4th one is something that is unusual, but I was able to see where somebody was able to take it and get quite a number of reviews on it, and that is to take photos of Jamaica. Think about it. There are people who are online, they need an authentic photo for perhaps a blog site, a magazine, an assignment at school, or just, you know, to use for their personal project, for memory or whatever. They want a photo of Jamaica. For example, if you go on a site like Shutterstock right now and you type in the word sorrel, I don't think you're going to see more than 2 posts come up, if any, for sorrel. If the other day I was looking for a picture of fried snapper, escovitch snapper, and I had a warm time online trying to Google and find a picture like that was licensable, that I could use on my assignment. And pictures like these, we can easily get them in Jamaica. You just go down the road, you know, you're cooking and you decide to let me take a good picture. Just make sure that the photos are high quality and you are able to deliver what the buyer wants. So basically, this person's gig, she offers to take photos of Jamaica. I'm not sure if it is that she had a set amount of photos that the person could choose from, or if it is that the person said, okay, I want you to go to this specific place. But her reviews, when I read them, they were very good. They said she was on time, she delivered over and above. So if you have a good camera or a high quality smartphone, notice me never say an iPhone, because it's not iPhone alone is the only thing. This, for example, is being recorded on not an iPhone but a Huawei. So, you know, it doesn't matter. As long as you're able to get good quality out there, it doesn't matter the brand. Start up something. Go on Fiverr, create a gig, and do something like this. Now, finally, the 5th gig that is most popular in the Jamaican sector for Jamaicans as service providers on Fiverr is that of being a virtual assistant. Now, people, let me tell you about this gig. Do not sleep on this gig. If you go on TikTok, if you go and you Google virtual assistant and what is paid, people are making ridiculous money to do tasks that other people don't want to do. So when you're a virtual assistant, basically you're just helping somebody out to do the day-to-day task of running their business. So it don't mean that you're going to take over the whole business. No, it doesn't mean that. But it basically means that, for example, they have some emails to send and they probably have a long list of emails to send. Some people don't necessarily want to bother with that. They are willing to pay you to deal with it. Some persons, they have some phone calls to make. They needed to organize their diaries. They needed to make posts on their Instagram every day. They needed to do write a little article for their blog or whatever. It don't matter. This is some of the stuff that being a virtual assistant entails. So it's for you now to decide, what can I do? Because you don't have to do it all enough. Suppose you don't like to write, but you will send a couple 100,000 emails. I'm exaggerating. But you're fine with sending emails, or you're fine with entering data, you know, probably putting in some information for the client on Excel or something. People will pay you, because I can talk for me. I do not like administrative work. Me not like it. If me have to do it and me know that me can pay somebody to do it, I will pay. Me not like it. No kind of filling out of forms. No, none of that. Me not like them something there. So there are people like me who are willing to pay top dollar to have somebody do that for them. And it's not even the dislike. There are people who are just simply too busy. They're busy running their businesses. So if they can outsource the work to somebody else, fine. So if you only want to decide that you want to sell your services for a virtual assistant gig, if you only want to sell to do phone calls for the persons and send emails, all right. So you will make a list that those are the things you provide, right? If it is that you want to take on the whole administrative task, you can do that. You can also leave the administrative part alone. Hello, please, which I will be doing. But the creative part, you can take part in that. So you can also be a creative virtual assistant, which is somebody that they go on and they create all the graphic posts used on Instagram and the buyer's social media. So if you want to get paid just to post TikToks and make Instagram reels and just post up on social media, instead of sitting there idly on your phone and just looking on social media for hours of a day and nobody now pay your fees, why not create a gig on Fiverr and actually get some money to do what you would have already been doing for free? Think about it. So yeah, man, so these are the top 5 gigs on Fiverr that are being offered right now by fellow Jamaicans and persons in the Caribbean. So if you hear of any of these gigs that you would want, or any of them, strike your fancy, let me know in the comments below. Are there any that you have tried? Is there anything else that you'd like to know about Fiverr? Send me a message in the comments below. And also, don't be afraid to click in my description link. You will see a link directly to Fiverr if it is that you want to sign up immediately to start making some money on the platform. Now, my next video is going to detail the most popular Fiverr gigs that are on the platform, popular gigs that you can easily get into without any cost, any startup, any money, anything at all. Stuff that anybody can do. All right, so I'm just going to give you a rundown of a few other gigs that you can do on the platform. So until then, see you next time for Beauty and the Budget. Ciao.